Hey, I'm Mark Hill, a California middle-aged dad who started mountain biking when the pandemic turned the world upside down. Mountain biking quickly became a huge part of my life, so much so that I wanted to share my adventures on the trail with you and chat with other riders who love this sport, from everyday shredders to pro athletes and industry insiders. So I created a podcast and a YouTube channel where we explore the thrill of the ride, one episode at a time. Welcome to the segment. Thanks for tuning in, and hey, we'll see you at the top. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast. This is episode 197. How's everybody doing out there? We got Joey Yates, we got Brian Bailey, and we got producer is actually on camera tonight, Kim Churchill, in the house wearing the big segment hat. Look at that fat lid.
That's a nice hat.
I thought my hat was big.
That is a hat. Fat lids. Johnny U is in the house. What's up, Johnny? Out of Miami, Florida. We got Steve Dorsey. That is a hat out of Colorado. What's up? What's up, Steve? Thank you all for jumping on tonight. And our special guest is as we call him out here, the captain. And we're going to get into Mr. Bailey's story. Joey, looking at that intro, I think that was too much of me. I think I need more of Joey Yates in there.
Oh, wait, I like to hide.
He likes to hide.
Me too.
Yeah,
Brian likes to hide too.
I just like to ride my bike. I don't need to be in the limelight.
Yeah, right.
Brian's in the same boat. He's gonna sink back into the darkness here. He's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be like, I'm out of here.
That's the best background ever.
Right?
Yeah.
Look at this.
And
Go ahead, Brian.
I said, and I may get a call, so I have to get up and
Yes.
yeah.
For the folks listening in on iTunes, Spotify, or watching live, Brian, tell them what it is that you do in case you have to skedaddle.
Yeah. I'm an LA City Fire captain, so on duty, trying to sneak a podcast in. So we could get through it, or we might get interrupted. We'll see. It's been a day, so we'll see.
Dude, thank you for what you do, man. And thanks for jumping on the pod with
thank
us.
you.
I appreciate it. And thank you for what you do on the trails. If anybody has been to Dog Park, I mean, your signature is all over that place. So thank you, making that place run smooth. And dude, there's some big stuff out there that is on my list, but maybe pretty far out on my list until I get a lot better.
Yeah, it's on my list too. Yeah.
Joey's saying already he's going to be hitting all those big gaps and stuff. And that new step up that you built with the down and then.
No.
Well, you know, that's I don't know if you guys know Eric Moreno, but that's his brainchild. So
Holy
that thing is pretty awesome. But we have some, intervention where the wood planter jumps are.
yes.
Well, we just started our new edition that goes into that line, which will be pretty fun as well. So I'll be out there tomorrow digging some more, doing some, as my wife likes to call it, free manual labor. Because shouldn't you be getting paid for this? And I'm like, no, this is a workout, vitamin D, it's healthy, you get to meet the homies out there, people riding by, saying hi.
Save so
You
much
got your-
money on a gym membership.
Yeah.
It's free,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah. If you've ridden San Clemente Dog Park, you have definitely seen Brian out there before. Like you can't miss him. He's always out there digging, and yeah, it's awesome. Thank you for all the work.
Digging or limping off or carrying something or hanging out with my pet coyote.
Right.
He's out there saving lives on the off time and making lives saved on the on time.
Yeah, it's good. I love it. It's really nice to get out there with the people and dig. And, every time I go riding, I'll see like a line and be like, that could be fun, And I'll sneak my tools back in there and start digging away. And we got some more ideas that we're coming up with. We have up off of Car Crash, which we all know.
Yes.
There's going to be another little feature, I guess, that's going to drop you down into the canyon, and it'll be interesting to see where that takes us, but it'll be cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that's gonna be really cool. What is I guess we'll just jump right in. We heard there was like some possible what ifs about Dog Park. Is it old news recycled or is it new news? Like, what's going on? I'm gonna give you the full screen for this one because I got to plug something in real quick.
Yep. So old news recycled. The Marine Corps owns the land, but of course, we got to take care of the land. Be prudent out there. Be polite to hikers, people that are out there, and if you see anybody from Marine Corps base, be very polite to them. They're out there doing their thing. What they're really concerned about is that pocket mouse reserve on the southern tip of what we call Dog Park. There's really nowhere to ride down there. So that's their main concern. So if we just be polite, do what we're doing, take care of the trails, pick up our trash, be good stewards of what we're all good stewards of already, and that's taking care of the outdoors there. It's going to be fine.
Nice.
You know, I know OC Mountain Bike Association is having some meetings about the subject. I've got some friends on the base who just say, hey, keep doing what you're doing. Don't rock the boat, you know, and take care of it. Let's not build anything that's too huge or overbearing to the landscape, which there really isn't. You know, everything down there is pretty hidden, very clean, aesthetically pleasing. I know Eric likes to make sure everything's nice and trimmed and cleaned and cut. It makes it look nice. So that's kind of what we're doing. But as long as we just do what we normally do, and that's take care of everyone out there and each other, it's not going to be an issue.
Love that. That's an update. Excellent. So do what we do. I mean, in fact, I know I participated in a YT trash pickup day. We were hiking down there. I think, Joey, you and I were on that one, right? Where we actually pulled a refrigerator off of Sloppy Seconds. Like, whoa, who dumped a fridge out here?
Yeah. As long as the kids don't 4x down there and lose their vehicles into the canyons, I think we're going to be fine.
Yeah. Ooh. New feature unlocked.
Well, we could, just make sure you do it over by car crash, and then of course I can use it. I'll turn it into something.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Man, that's a great update. What a relief, because when that news first came out, it was kind of splashed all around social media. People were getting bummed out, like, "Oh man, better go this weekend because it might be the last time I get to ride there ever again." So
everyone started making calls and getting fired up and getting political about the whole thing, and actually they're ruffling feathers that we don't need to ruffle. If you get my gist.
100%.
Yeah, they're like, "What are you guys talking about? Nothing's changed." Wait,
yeah.
Why are you mad? Why are you mad, bro?
Yeah, why are you mad, bro? What's the deal? Stop.
Okay, that's good. Joey, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it
You're
sounds
happy.
great. Yeah, don't ruffle any feathers. Let's keep it going the way it's going right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, as long as we take care of the area, which, the dog park family, which is pretty much everybody that rides there, you see on a regular basis. I mean, everybody down there does their part in trail maintenance, trash pickup, keeping everything clean, being polite the vibe down there is always polite. The vibe down there is always up, and you could go there on any day of the week to ride by yourself, and you're riding with somebody.
Always, yeah.
Which is great.
That is great.
Just the way it is.
That is awesome.
So, and you could just have met them, and it's like, let's go look at this trail. Let's go look at this trail. Let's go hang out, and then of course you got a new buddy. It's great.
Yeah, that's definitely great.
That's always nice, finding someone out there that's never been out there, and you just, let me show you around.
Yeah, it is cool. I dig it.
Yeah. I want to do one called Beer Run. And then I look at it, I'm like, oh, never mind.
Oh, come on.
You mean 6 kids?
Yeah. Is this 6 kids? Where are the kids at? Oh my God.
Yeah.
We lost them on the steep stuff.
Oh boy. Yeah, I think all the trails right now are running so good. I mean, you look at Lobo, Lobo and 76 are probably my 2 favorites. But you look at Car Crash, and I think Sam's Club could use a little work though. That's a fun trail that kind of gets forgotten about, which when it's running, it's a blast for sure.
Yeah.
But then, we gotta get a community dig day, because the lower trails like Sloppy Seconds and 12-step need a little love because of that grass that is grown in. I saw Fuzz Bus down, Fuzz, of course, everybody knows Fuzz. He was down there doing his magic couple days ago, and Eric and I were out there working on that new booter to the moon, which I have yet to hit.
Hey man, I don't blame you. The GoPro effect is supposed to make things look small, and that thing looks huge.
Yeah, but the way Eric builds his lips, they're very like that guy like me. I'll study the angles and get everything dialed in and try to make it as non-kicky as possible and good, so you can progress. Like you can start off at intervention B line or C line, and then you can move your way up, and before you know it, you're hitting all the big stuff. Well, same with Eric's lips. They're so long and gradual, like the new double that's over there on what we used to call Beer Run. It's still Beer Run, but maybe a new name incoming at some point when it's all done.
Mother Earth Run.
What's that?
I said Mother Earth Beer Run.
Yeah, something. But they're all made to, get you in the air with some confidence and not kick you off your bike, and it's really nice. So we're putting some thought into everything we're building, which is nice, so that people can progress and people can ride and everybody can have fun, and still be challenging, of course.
Yeah. Oh man, lots of challenging there. But I'd love to hear that there's progression, because when I first saw the intervention line changing, Brian, I was like, oh no, I am no longer allowed. but it's built for progression, right? Like there's the B line, there's the A line, and the way that you have the lip, it may look scarier than it is for the A line.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. And then when you see, like, tomorrow, I don't know if you saw my last trail building video, I was working on that new double that is going to dump you into the continuation of that A line intervention, which is going to have some cool stuff, a pretty big double. And then we're going to build a blind right hand shark fin over a tree line so that you can't see the landing. But the way it's going to work is it'll be nice. It'll be, I'm sure test day on that's going to be interesting.
You left me at dump you, because it's just gonna dump me, I think.
No, I think the way we're going to build it is just so you're on it so long that you're just going to float right over the trees.
Ooh, nice.
I mean, that's my hope.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
You know?
That sounds nice. That sounds really
That's how
nice.
it's kind of operating in here. But then, of course,
Test day.
we'll see how the tires work on it. So anyway, it'll be good.
I do not volunteer as tribute.
Now we have our resident guinea pigger. Eric hits everything. It's like Eric and Hobbs. They'll just try, and you're like, oh,
That's amazing. Those guys are awesome. Rippers,
Oh, yeah.
shredders.
there's too many out there. There's too many good riders out there. It's insane. Like your level of riding cannot help go up when you ride there with those people.
Yeah.
True.
You look
very
at
true.
where I was riding 3 years ago, and then you meet guys like Mike Bush and Eric and Derek and Sauce Boss and all these guys, and you start riding with them, and you're like, excuse my French, but I suck at bikes. And then you start riding with them, and you're like,
I know.
okay, yeah, that's good.
When
Yeah, and then you see all the Groms out there. All the Groms out there right now. It's so awesome, because the Groms that'll come out there and they'll help you dig. They'll just show up with shovels. And then they'll start riding, and then they start hitting everything. And now you see these little rippers hitting everything, and you're like, that kid was just digging with us like 2 months ago. It's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so rad.
It's incredible. I feel like they're like little realistic video gamers. They see it. They're like, yeah, totally makes sense. It's you hit A and you hit B. A, B, upright, select start, boom.
Yeah. See, but age is a factor with us. You're like, oh,
Yeah. They don't have to work tomorrow.
yeah, right. How many times have we gone to work injured? You're like, oh, you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
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 So you sneeze and blood comes out of your nose. You're like, oh, I'm a mountain biker. Sorry about that. Sorry.
And then I got to hear from my wife, because I have a special room in her ER that's like set for me. So every time I go in there, they're like, are you here to deliver like treats, or are you here as a patient? You know? Yeah. How about both? How about both today?
Since when am I not the treat? I'm the treat.
See, dude? if my wife's listening, she knows, dude. That this is it right here. That's the treat, man.
So,
Yeah.
Brian, take us through real quick on the intervention, for example. MTB Q&A says it only takes them hours, not days, to recover. I know for the little guys, they bounce. Yeah, there it is. Steve Dorsey says they bounce.
Yeah.
Take us through intervention. So, people that rode intervention before, that was kind of like the beginning,
Right.
somewhat jump line, right? And now when you see it, it looks a little more scary. But take us through, for the group of people that are looking at that going, man, can I do that? Like, take us through what the speed is, what to expect, like how to overcome that, because I know it looks scarier than it is.
Oh, very much so. But the good news is that's where, like at Dog Park, everybody kind of hangs out, right? Everyone shows up for like maybe the OC Bike Works group ride on Saturdays. Everyone kind of hangs out there and does their thing, and more talking goes on than anything else. But then, when I built that A line, I figured, well, everybody's kind of hanging out here anyway. Why don't we build something that's a little more challenging for the bigger kids, so to speak, I guess you could call it. And then people were kind of doing that transition from the new line to the old line to get that speed down. But once you pedal into that, 2 pedal cranks off that knoll and you get over the first one, the second one's butter. The second one is only 2 feet longer, but the speed that you gain on that landing is going to put you right over.
Oh, okay.
Which is how we're trying to design everything right now at Dog Park. Is once you hit the first feature, everything else is butter.
Okay.
No pedals, no brakes, no. Now, if you crank too fast into the first one, you want to grab brake on the second one because you'll land in that berm.
Okay.
Which we've all done.
That's always been my we've all done that. That's what I've always told everybody there. If everything goes right on the first one, you're good for the second one. If anything goes wrong on the first one, pull out.
Oh yeah, 100%. Pull out.
Yeah, just go.
It's just going to progress into a case or a overshoot or something else.
Yeah.
And you can do so many laps at that place and get so much riding in that. Just turn it around and go back up and do your thing.
Okay. So
and you can just train on that, like going back to what you said, Mark.
Yeah.
For those 2 new box jumps on intervention, you can just train on that first one. Because I built a cutout around that second one. And you can just kind of hit it, go around it, get your bearings, and then, a lot of guys are doing is once they hear, hey, once you wax that thing, just don't hit your brakes and don't hit your cranks and go for it.
Yeah.
And then everyone, look at Wong. Kyle Wong did it a couple weeks ago. He's like, I don't know. Hit the first one, went straight into the second one. He was like, oh,
yeah,
that's it. We're like, yeah.
Brian Bailey making us look good out there. So, if you hit the one off to the left, the beeline one, and you're greasing that, and you're like, it's fine. The one to the right is just a couple feet longer.
That's it. It's actually 17 and 19 and a half. 17 and 20 would be the distances on those.
Okay.
So,
and speed must be similar because the second one to the right, the A line, looks like it's a little bit of a taller kicker, so it's already going to put you at the right height.
It's actually perfect. Yeah. Have you hit it yet?
I actually haven't hit it yet. No. I looked at it. And I was like, straight to sloppy seconds, fellas.
Bro, you're going on Saturday. Come on, you got to go Saturday.
I'm going on Saturday, for sure.
Actually, I might go because we're going to be in Utah to that. We have a place in Bryan Head, so we're going to go snowboard, and then we're going to meet Steve at that skate park grand opening in Washington, Utah.
Yes.
On Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
So he's going to be there Saturday and Sunday. We're going to meet up with him on Sunday.
Sweet.
Which will be sweet.
Yeah, that'll
take the pump bike out there and try to hang with the kids. Which is funny because I've been going to Bradley more lately to kind of hone in my steep lip jump skills.
Oh, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Oh, dude, talk about intimidating. The first time I went there, I was like, I'm done. I'm horrible. I'm just going to give up. And then, the king of wisdom, Steve, was like, no, dude, listen. He's like, just let your bike go off the lips, let them carry you. And once I listened to, Hobbs was out there, Steve was out there, and a couple other guys are like, dude. And then, you start doing it, and then that middle line I got down pretty good, which is a pretty good deal. I know you look at the other kids who are hitting that far left line, and you're like, oh
yeah,
those guys are just
crazy.
a whole nother level of riding. You're like,
yeah, these guys are amazing.
But anyway,
so
it's been fun.
You felt it though. You felt the flow. Yeah, because Steve said the same thing to me because I kept brake checking. He's like, "Don't brake check, bro. Don't brake check." And I'm like,
no brakes, no cranks.
Yeah, I'm like, I have to, and he's like, use the full transition, and then when you come off the top, it just naturally puts you up there. Just gotta relax. The more you relax, the easier it is, which is like counterintuitive in the brain. But I got pieces of that. I'm still working on it, but I got pieces of it.
Yeah, it's funny because like when we talk about mountain biking and progression and things, we talk about being open to people giving you pointers, right? And you know how grown men are, they're like, oh, whatever, dude. But if you're open to pointers, I get pointers all the time. Like, hey, dude, try this. Try checking this out. Hey, your timing's off. Look at this. And dude, I'm an old man riding a bike. Of course, I'm going to listen to anybody that has some good advice for you. So, yeah,
that's always smart. That's always smart. I know, Kim, there was this jump line Joey and Cap took us to in Black Mountain. Joey, what's the name of that jump line that we rode this last weekend?
I don't know if it has an official name. I just call it the Black Mountain Jump Line.
Black Mountain Jump Line.
Where's that?
It's off of
4S Ranch, Poway area.
Yeah, there you go.
Mountain.
Oh,
yeah. There's like what 10, 11, 12 jumps like in a row. Just bang, bang, bang. It starts. It's funny. It starts big and then it goes to not as big. So the top ones are like, what do they measure those top ones at? Like 35 feet, 36 feet at the top.
Ooh, I don't know that I didn't measure.
That's what did you say? You went around them so fast. Yeah. Well, I saw you hit that new booter at Lucenio, that huge one that you posted. That thing looks huge.
Yeah, that was big. That was 38. Scott Isgett used his phone to measure it, and he's like, yeah, it's 38 to the knuckle. I'm like, ooh, that's far. I don't even walk that far to get food.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it looks nice though.
It's a really nice one. It just it feeds you right in, it sends you right over. Before you know it, you're already on the other side. Like as soon as you take off, you're already looking at the landing. You're like, oh, that's nice. And it doesn't kick you, doesn't do any of that
built
stuff.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's built right.
Exactly.
So there you go.
Yeah. So to the point though of like the progression and the mental barriers and things, Kim had just moved here from Michigan where they don't have that many gap jumps. So she's like, I'm not a gap jump girl.
We barely have tables. Like, there's really not a lot of fun where I come from.
But she was sending those gaps on the weekend. Joey hit them. And then I hit him, and I knew I had to hit him before because she was jonesing to hit him. There, Joey's got it up right there. There's Harry Boy. Harry Boy towed her in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is Black Mountain, San Diego.
Yes.
Oh, that place is a blast.
Yeah. And I think that's a good example of jumps built right.
Yeah.
But they look scary, but they're built right. So you just have to have the right speed. And everything feels like better. Like, did it feel smooth when you cruised across it the first time?
Well, the first time I attempted it, overshot the first one. So
no, that's way better. Overshooting is way better than coming up short.
Yeah, that's so true.
Feel very smooth. But the third time,
I'll take overshooting any day of the week. I've had some bad injuries this year from coming up short.
Oh. Ooh. Are we allowed to talk about them? The dirt taxes are paid.
Oh, dude, I'm paid until 2030. All right. Yeah, I'm paid until 2030.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. You definitely.
Although we did go to Oakley last week, and that didn't turn out so good.
Yeah. What is that? Is that the Oakley Training Center or?
So behind Oakley, they have a whole bunch of dirt jumps, right? That are, I mean, they have a medium line. And then they have a big pro line, which there's no way I would ever touch. It's massive.
Really?
But I go with Eric and Hobbs, and it looks great. And I've been going to Bradley, and I'm like, I got this. Yeah, I'm in. No, I bucked over, landed straight on my back, and I was like, I'm going to be filming for the rest of the day. Then I get home, and my wife's like, you look hurt, and I'm like, just pride.
That's fun. That's fun. It's always fun to be able to like be the cameraman. I get like that when, I mean, Joey and I, when we ride with Cab and we're riding somewhere new, Brian and Kim, you'll see us pass something and we're like, yeah, just pretend like you don't see it. And you're hoping that Cab doesn't see it. And of course he sees it. And you're just starting out. You're not even warmed up yet. And you're like looking at him like, oh God, we're going to be here for a minute. And he has that mind frame where he's like, let's go, let's get this. And I'm going to be the cameraman.
Yeah. And then, after you see it a few times, you'll transition into hitting it and then you're good to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Typically he's towing us in like, you got this. And we do it. Yeah, it's scary, but it's a mental thing. Like Steve Dorsey here is saying gaps are intimidating and they are. It's funny. Like you remove the dirt and it's a whole different thing.
Yeah, but if there's a table there, you just go right over it like it was no big issue.
Totally. Yeah. What is that?
It feels a lot better landing flat than, landing
It's
on
your
a
brain.
roller.
Yeah.
It's your brain.
You have momentum, right? And so you case the table and then you just roll down, you case a gap and you're like shooting off again.
Or getting bucked off your bike. Yeah. One of the two.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's such a mental game, this sport,
It's all right. It's good. That's why it's so fun.
Yes.
Right.
If you challenge yourself every day, then you're going to stay young.
Yes, that's true.
At least that's what I tell my old ass.
I say the same thing to myself. When I get out of bed in the morning, I'm like, I'm riding today. Just as soon as I can feel my feet again. Really stiff for some reason.
Boy, this is a new pain. What's this?
Yeah. Should I go see a doctor about this?
Yeah. Honey, am I okay or no? No, you're not.
Oh, but we're going to go do it again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now, that's the thing. You'll do it again right when you heal up.
Yep.
Which is huge, which is the best thing ever.
My favorite is when we're out there and it's like our first lap and Joey's and I are just like railing down a trail. Halfway down, he's like, yeah, my eyes really aren't working right now. Takes a couple of runs for my eyes to work. That's what you tell me, right? Sometimes, Joey?
Yeah, for some reason, I'm out of focus usually on the first trail down. And it's just the brain's got to wake up. The body's got to be like, oh, we're doing this. And then once I can tell when it starts working correctly.
That's why I don't think I could ride at night. I would be just like trying to figure out what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like when we're at a restaurant, turn on the light. Like,
oh yeah.
A gap.
or readers for old mountain bikers.
Yeah.
I gotta have readers for old mountain bikers that can see everything when they're out there riding the trail.
For those young listeners to the podcast, this will happen to you someday, I promise.
Oh yeah. No, guaranteed.
Steve Dorsey's saying Joey needs new batteries. Joey needs new batteries.
It's almost not a vision thing. It's almost like a processing thing. It's like I can't process what I'm seeing quick enough to react to it, and then
he needs more RAM.
Yeah, I need to take a taser and we just shock me and then we go.
You can have your own little private defibrillator and just go for it.
Clear. He's getting ready to drop.
Have your own little personal taser in your little pack. That'd be good.
Yeah.
I mean, people would definitely question your sanity on that one. Be like, dude, this guy's tasing himself. Like, what's the deal?
Right.
Yeah.
My favorite is we get to the bottom of some gnarly trail and he's taking lines that I've never seen and I'm following his ass. And we get to the bottom, it's like fun. And then he's like, dude, I couldn't see anything. I'm like, oh, no wonder. That's why.
You're like, wait a minute, what does that make me like? I thought we were kicking ass.
Yeah, exactly. Little did I know he's holding on for dear life. Oh man, that was good stuff. So somebody said batteries. Steve was saying batteries. You were Ambassador YT. Joey and I, the podcast ambassadors for YT. Need new batteries. I'm thinking. You have found yourself on this beautiful. Is it the Santa Cruz? Are you on the Bullet?
I'm on the Vola. Yeah, the Vola is really nice.
Oh, spill
Yeah.
the beans, bro. How do you like it? Let's hear it.
Actually, I actually love it. I put the Vivid rear shock on it, and then I put the Rock shocks. What do I have on the front? The Zeb.
Ooh.
And so I made it a 180, and the rear sits at around 160. And that setup is just insane. That bike's just insane because it's so light for a full power E.
Yeah.
And it's funny because Milo was trying to, Milo's been telling me about that Vola forever. Like, dude, this is the bike. This is the bike. This is the bike. And then when YT went down, which was sad for everyone.
Yeah.
That hurts. Hurts.
Hey, yeah. And the people there. That's what the people there were absolutely, and still hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
But when Milo's like,
Jimmy,
dude,
James,
the best people ever.
Aaron,
the best people ever. The best people ever.
James and the mechanics.
But they're doing.
Damn it.
they're doing all right. There's going to be some stuff coming out, I think, from them. So
yeah. Yes. Yes. Sounds pretty intense.
Yo. Yeah. So they're great people. But yeah, when Milo's like, hey, dude, you got to try this bike, I guarantee you. And then I get on one and I find that I was overshooting all the landings because of the amount of pop that thing had. And I'm like, dude, this thing is insane.
Dude.
So yeah, I really like that bike.
What do you think about the Bullet? The Bullet's 170, and they weigh the same, and they both have a 600 watt-hour battery.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the Vola. It just seems like it's a little poppier, a little more maneuverable. It might be a tad bit lighter, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, that's
we have to ask the experts on this one.
Right.
No, I mean,
it's funny because I like that Rock shock setup so much. I just ordered it for the V10.
Beautiful.
With that new boxer and that Vivid rear shock.
Damn.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah. Should be nice.
That sounds tasty. Joey, I'm playing with your brain. Joey's like,
right.
I think the Bullet, the 170 is where I got to go. Now he's hearing the Vola,
well,
like a real rider's perspective.
Zeb. Yeah, I like the Zeb and the Vivid.
Oh, the Zeb is, it's funny because the guys at YT talk to me like, hey, dude, this Vivid and this Zeb is like the best thing ever. And, being a Fox guy, we were like, oh, dude, no way. Nothing beats Fox. Nothing beats Kashima. I'm just brainwashed, whatever. But then when I got on that Zeb and that Vivid rear shock, I was blown away how well it performed and how well it responded to you. Because I'm not a small guy. So I need that. You feel that suspension setup right away. And so I ordered it for the V10 because I like it so much.
Nice.
That's amazing. That's great. I love to hear the rider story on that Vola because we're crossing the same roads now. And luckily with OC Bike Works supporting the podcast, brand new folks.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Milo. OC Bike Works supporting the podcast. And now we have options for bikes. Kim is still a Jameis ambassador, which is awesome. And they just released a new e-bike. I think you were looking at some of the specs on that baby. That is called the DEFCON. Yes.
It's very, very.
Oh, you can try those. Well, you try those Forbidden one day too, right? How'd you like those?
That high pivot was cool. I really liked it. It was a longer chainstay in the back, so it felt really stable. The anti-pedal kickback, I didn't even know what that meant. I was just like, what's an anti-pedal kickback? But then when I started riding the bike and pedaling it, it felt like I was on a what do they call those bikes at the gym? I just felt like I was cranking and the bike was moving. I wasn't feeling all the terrain underneath me when I was pedaling.
That's very nice.
Zero bob to that bike.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Bob.
Yeah.
Zero bob.
I like that bike a lot. And apparently they have, Milo has it. He has the Amflow version of that, with the DJI motor.
Oh, yeah.
In the Forbidden.
That thing is pretty nice.
It looks so sick, but they're sold out for like all of 2026. So it's like you can't even get your hands on one. On one.
That is madness.
I know, right?
Well, but I'll tell you what though, I mean, the Vala. If I was gonna buy a new bike, I would probably get the Vala. I mean, just the way it performs for a bigger guy doing, riding it sometimes like a downhill bike. That thing rips. It is takes anything you can throw at it.
Nice.
So
That's good. And you ride.
If I were gonna,
you ride aggressive, and so
Very aggressive.
I mean, that says a lot, because I think the one thing that people were afraid of is the smaller travel on the Vala.
yeah, it didn't even faze me. It was great. It feels like it has all the travel of 170, but it's a 160 or 157 or whatever they're calling it.
That's amazing. And you upgraded the fork, so you got a 180 sitting out front. The
Right.
Geo felt good still with that type of change. You still feel.
Yeah, it's great. It's got all the control I need. It corners well. It rides well. It's comfy. It's not. Yeah, I have no complaints on that bike at all.
Dude, okay. Now I'm like, oh, that sounds awesome too. And then you had the Bosch CX motor, right? So you got the over air upgrade from 85 Newton meters to 100.
I haven't done it yet.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that though.
Yeah, I mean, when I heard that, I thought that's pretty cool, because the Avanox motors are pushing out 105, and if Bosch is putting you right at 100 with that over the air update, I mean, can you feel a difference between 5 Newton meters? Probably not. It probably feels amazing going from 85 to 100. You're probably like, shh, woohoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But at the same time though, you'll ride it in like trail or eco mode to get some semblance of a workout though,
Yeah.
and to make the battery last a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's true.
For us older guys that need to stay in shape,
Yeah. What range are you getting on that bike? Like, what's the most miles you put on a battery?
Well, the other day we rode Rambless, which is an absolute blast, by the way.
I would love to ride that
Yeah,
someday.
we
It's
still haven't
got
been
drops
there.
and everything. Why not, right? The
Oh,
trail?
it is so much fun. I was like a kid in a candy store. It was a blast. I had a smile from ear to ear, and everyone's like, well, every time you get down to the bottom of the trail, you're like super stoked. I'm like, this place is sick.
And that's not far from Dog Park, right?
No, it's literally one or two mountain ranges over. So
we got to go.
I think I've got 16 miles at max on that small battery so far.
Okay.
And that was last week. But see, I was between, what's that? The turbo and the next highest up. I wasn't even an eco, and I was sending it the whole time. So
Okay.
it lasted pretty well. That small battery, I was very surprised on how much riding time you get. Now, if you're doing a long Laguna pull, you might have an issue keeping up with everybody or dying out or have to go eco mode the whole time, but it lasted pretty good.
Yeah.
So that was 16 miles and not even out of battery. That was just when we were done riding.
Oh, you had battery left. It didn't die on you.
Yes. No.
Oh, how much did you have left, do you think?
I think I had like a bar and a half, whatever that little screen shows, like,
Cool. Jeez, that's pretty good.
26%, which ain't bad.
That's probably putting you at like 20 or so miles, I'm thinking, because you get after it.
Oh, you could.
Steve Dorsey, editing said, I know free trails on trail forks, more accurate track paths off the wagon, MC2, whole shot, Phil's World, Jump Line 2, Beer Run, and Intervention. Oh, hey, look, check it out. I forgot. Steve Dorsey is one of the trail map managers for trail forks. So, yeah, is that pretty accurate right there? Those trail names?
Let me see here.
I've never heard Off the Wagon.
I don't know what Off the Wagon is. I've never even heard of that.
Never heard that.
Whole Shot. Then there's Phil's World.
Whole Shot's the climb up,
Jump
right?
Jump Line 2. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Beer Roll. I think Jump Line up top is what Franken Beans or Beans and Franks or whatever.
Yeah.
Franken Beans. Maybe that's what Jump Line 2 is referring to.
Okay.
But yeah.
MC2, is that Hammer Time the second half that goes further down? You know how you have Hammer Time off the top from the road?
Oh, yes. You're right. That's right.
I wonder if that is it. He just added to this. He says, haha, Off the Wagon is on Trail Forks. Can talk another time about trail names. We should collaborate. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. There's a whole I'll look at them. I don't really look at trail forks, which I need to.
Yeah, if we only had a
yeah.
builder that could collaborate with trail. Hey,
Hey.
we'll
Yeah,
make
that'd
sure
be-
we get you guys connected. That would be that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, it we'll get it dialed in. But anyway.
So I
yeah.
think when it comes to new bikes and everything, so you're happy on the Santa Cruz Walla. Are
Very.
you also at OC Bike Works? Like who are you
Yes.
riding for?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. OC Bike Works, Santa Cruz through OC Bike Works, and then Lewis Brakes, of course, which are insane. I try to get everybody on a set because they're so good. Then, of course, Tidal, Ambassadorship, and Huxley. They're a work clothing brand out of Canada, which makes awesome work clothes.
Huxley.
Very comfortable to ride in and work in.
Huh.
So,
That's
and
cool.
of course, SSB. You can't, SSB. Their lubes and soaps and tire latex is second to none. I mean, it's the best. So a lot of good support out there for everyone. It's good.
That's awesome.
And of course, you can't forget Forks in New Zealand. They make the best cranks ever. So
Yeah. So let's talk about some of these things. Like I think Kim's Jonesing to jump in here.
No.
Oh, I thought she was
No.
Tell us about. I don't know much about. You said it was Lewis Brakes. I heard
Lewis
of
Brakes,
people telling me that they can get a whole setup for a really good price, and then the brakes are
Very good
amazing.
price.
It's like the best
They're
brakes
really
you've
good.
never heard of.
That's right.
What
Yeah.
are they?
Well, they make all their brake sets. They're all billet, so it's kind of like they look like trick stuff, right?
Sick.
Of course.
Okay.
But they have a couple little nuances and things that they don't have, of course, that are specific to their brand. You can interchange. You have a no drip system, so you don't have to bleed your brakes every time you have to fix your lever, rebuild your lever. You just pull it off, rebuild it, put it back on, pump it, and you're good to go.
Whoa.
So that's what I really like the Lewis, because they take a good beating. They of course look very nice, and I've ridden. There we go.
Oh, thank you, Joey. Look at Joey.
So those are the Dirt Jump V2s, which are really nice. I have those on my Dirt Jumper. What I like to ride for my bikes would be the LHP Plus and the LHT, which has the titanium hardware. So if you're looking to get the Lewis brakes, oh, you there?
Yeah.
Hello? Oh, I'm seeing wheels of death everywhere.
Oh, we got you. We can
yeah.
hear you though. Someone's saying, "Ooh, those are sexy."
Yeah. So I like to ride the LHPs. I have them on my bikes right now. I was riding the LHTs, which are very good. A few guys, kids in San Diego, and a local guy, Hobbs, is riding the AEs, which are very, very nice. They're the more affordable version of what they have. But the good news is Milo sells Lewis, so you can go to Milo, get your Lewis brakes, and people can always hit me up if they have
questions on that.
Yeah, I lost you. Let me get the stream back.
It's okay. We could hear you. We still got audio. So as you're doing that, I just wanted to ask you, because you and I came off I'm still on it, the YT Decoy with the Mavens. Your SN had Mavens on it too, correct?
No, I had Lewis. I changed everything over right away.
Oh, right away. Okay.
Yeah. So
how was the
I
modulation?
went back. Very good. And they're so adjustable. Can you see me or no?
There you are.
There we go. The good thing about the Lewis brakes is, like me, I like to ride them all the way to the bar. So mine will engage right at the bar.
Okay.
So you can take whatever riding style that you have or that you like, and it has that adjustability to make it whatever you want. And that's primarily the LH4, LHT, and the LHPs. The AE has a different type of adjustability, and the V2 has a different type of adjustability, more geared towards dirt jumping applications. And then you have your AE, which is a great brake. I just got 2 kids on them down in San Diego, and they love them. So they got good stopping power. Yeah, they're great brakes. So I would definitely put them on your bike.
Okay, I'll have to check those out, because I mean, the only experience I have experience on code, and you guys jump in with your experiences too. I have code RSC experience, TRP, which I was like going from code to TRP. I was like, wow, this is great. And then Better Bolts, I got the lever from them with the little hook in there to make you like feel a lot more comfortable. And then I just went to Mavens. I'm like, damn, these are powerful. These like 4-piston things. You press them too hard, it's like hitting the ejection button.
I got ejected.
Right. Well, that's the good thing about like the Lewis brakes is the stopping power is insane, but you can feather in that lever so much that you just tell it where you want it. I mean, down to the hair.
Really?
So you're not hitting the eject button, so to speak, and you can kind of save yourself, which is nice.
Lewis brakes. Okay. I'm going to have to check those out. Joey, are you still on that website? Can you pop up a picture of Brian, what is it that you have on yours?
So I'm riding the LHPs right now on both bikes, and then the LV2s on my dirt jumper.
Let's take a look at that LHP. I'd love to see that. Kim is actually getting a set of, her bike came with TRPs, and luckily Steve, aka Spokesman on YouTube, is sending over a brand new pair of XTs, Shimano XTs.
Oh, very cool.
So yeah,
we're gonna have to trade those in. You're gonna have to trade those up for some Lewis. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see that. If it's billet made, it's gonna be cool looking. It's gonna be cool. Steve Dorsey saying my Code RSCs are fantastic, but the TRP Evo Pros are great also. And then he says, "Hey, I'll ship them tomorrow." Oh. Thank you. That's awesome.
So yeah, those are the LHPs.
Oh yeah, the Queen, loving the colors. Look at that.
Well, if you go to the LH4s, they actually anodize them in all kinds of different colors.
Sold.
So you can get, so those, those are the LHPs with the titanium bolt set. So they have the titanium bolt set that you can get in gold. You can get that oil slick action that you see there. But they're good. They're they send you rebuild kits if you need it. I dig them. They're really nice. And the affordability is there. They're not as expensive as Trick stuff, but they cost as much as the other brake brands out there. They just look nice, easy to work with, easy to modulate, and easy to set yourself up for on the trails, which I like.
Yeah, that
because I'm not a brain surgeon when it comes up to that stuff.
Dude, that's awesome. I had never. I mean, I never had a chance to talk to anybody about them this long. I think this is cool. I've only heard them in passing, and I heard that the sets maybe a couple levels below that, the price point, people are like, "Wait, that's for both, or is that just for one?" And they're like, "No, that's for both. You can outfit your bike for like $250 or something."
I think the LH4. I don't know what the retail on that is, but they're very affordable and they're really good. Yeah. For your lighter rider, though.
Okay.
Not me.
Brian, tell people what your stats are. What's the tail of the tape there? You're what, 6'2"?
6'2", 215, 220. You know what I mean? Depending on the holiday, dog.
Hey man, it was peanut brittle. I still love peanut brittle.
Straight up. If I could just get my sweet tooth, if I could just get rid of my sweet tooth, there'd be a rail.
And then some of the other ones you were talking about who are your other supporters? Tidal. Tidal makes some amazing stuff.
Forks out of New Zealand. He makes brake levers, cranks, specifically for e-bikes, but he does make a short arm 155, 160 mil cranks for downhill bikes, enduro bikes, e-bikes. If you look at that new Velduro bike out of New Zealand, you'll see his cranks on some of those bikes. But the Forks, the guy at Forks is just a peach, man. He's got the best stuff. If you go onto his website, you can see the cranks we're talking about. They're really stout. They don't break. And again, a guy my size has broken some crank arms, and that's not a fun place to be.
No,
but I've never broken a set of Forks cranks ever.
What's it? Is it a alloy? Is it a carbon?
It's alloy.
It is alloy.
Yeah, if you go to their if you pull up their website, you can see what they sell. They sell a whole bunch of cool knickknacks. They sell bolts. They sell some straps that you can strap some gear to your bike that goes onto your water bottle container. He's making, what else is he making? He's got some secret stuff in the pipe that I can't really talk about, but you'll see it on my page, which will be rad. Yeah.
Hell yeah. How do you spell it? Joey, did you find it? Forks?
Yeah.
F-R-X.
F-O-R-X. Let's check this out. This sounds cool. So many cool things about bikes. I love it. Okay, here we go.
There we go.
Wow. That's like, is that got like a 5 dev look, you think?
Yeah, but 5 devs break.
Yeah.
Do they? Those break too? Okay, so here we go. Hex 1, Hex 2, Hex 2.5.
Yeah, so it's based on your motor, he'll have you set up. And then, of course, if you're just going to put it on like a regular bike or what people call analog, he has the cranks in the bottom brackets and all that stuff too. But if you go on my page, you can see some of I got a new gold set on there, which came out pretty sick. And you look at the guys who ride them. Eric rides them. Derek rides them. Hobbs rides them. Andall rides them. Everyone, the guys are putting them through their paces and they're lasting,
Wow.
which is good.
And having a shorter, it's nice because we were just looking at getting shorter cranks not too long ago. It was actually hard to find shorter cranks just as
e-bikes.
Yeah, just inventory.
That's what Steve specializes in. He has I have the 155 on my e-bike and I have the 160 on my V10. And they work really nice.
Nice.
So
say bye-bye to pedal strikes.
Well, back in the day, everybody rode like 170s thinking it helped you climb and you'd pedal strike everything.
Yeah.
Then I get an e-bike, 4 years ago, and I'm like, dude, I'm going to put 170s on it. No, those things they hit everything.
It's like another wheel. It's like you
it was horrible. It was horrible.
Or toes.
Yeah, Kim.
So many rocks.
Kim. Oh, she'd go through a trail. We'd look back, all these rocks, and be like, "Oh, what did I do to you?"
Oh yeah,
kicked every single
and your
rock.
Crank is just grenaded
because
you're hitting everything. And if you don't manage to fly over the bars because you're hitting the brakes because you're hitting stuff, you're like, oh.
I know. Those are the worst ones. Those are the worst ones when you're flying down the hill. You hit a rock pedal strike, you just get grenaded off the trail. What happened? What hit me? What happened?
Oh yeah. Those are the worst. Like you're just shooken up. You're like, ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't think my brain can take any more hits.
Same.
Oh yeah.
MTB Q&A out of Miami says, down here in Miami, my cranks and pedals are jacked up from all the coral rocks. Son of a dude.
Go to the Forks website. And look them up.
FORX for the folks that are listening. Steve Dorsey saying, my new bike has 170s. I'm used to 175s and not sure what to expect on those steep, chunky climbs. Ooh.
Is it an e-bike or a regular bike?
I think he might be. I think he just got that brand new Ibis Ripmo that just came out.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
That's pretty nice. And if he's going from 170s, he's used to 175s, I think he'll be okay. If he's used to that.
Well, if you have good timing, you're on it. And if people want to look at if people are going to order the cranks, let me know. I have a discount code that I can give them to them. Hit my page. So
yeah, thank you for that. That's awesome.
Would
that is
help you out a little bit.
Yeah, every bit counts in this economy.
Yeah. Oh, dude! In our grandparents' economy, you could buy whatever you wanted.
Right? Coca-Cola was 25 cents. Had to walk
25 cents. It was a nickel.
Yeah. Had to walk in 3 feet of snow to get there though for 2 miles.
Yeah, you could go to Thrifty and get a triple scoop for 30 cents. They were 10 cents a scoop, right? Am I dating myself?
That's right.
I remember that.
I remember those days.
Dude, Thrifty was the best.
Yes. Thrifties. I'll take double scoop today.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. I got 20 cents.
Exactly. With
that I found in the public phone.
Public phones.
You'd stick there and try and find change in there.
Right.
Oh, dude, if I could get an ice cream, if I had 20 cents to get an ice cream, I'd make a collect call. So I'm getting ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a collect call from Brian Bailey. Would you choose to accept this call?
Mom, will you
Come on,
pick me
ice
up?
cream again, damn it.
My dad would be like, nah, dude, I'm not accepting this call. You bought ice cream, didn't you? Yes.
Yeah. See,
I
Steve Dorsey
sure
knows.
did.
Steve Dorsey knows Thrifty ice cream was
See?
10 cents when I was a kid.
That's
Yep.
right. It was 10 cents a scoop. That's the best.
Yes. So hit up Brian Bailey for discounts for forks. Do you have discount codes at the other supporters as well? Like, dude, Tyler makes some amazing stuff. Colorful too.
I have a title discount code for people who need it. Go on their site, check it out. Huxley, the workwear brand out of Canada. If you like to ride in like street clothes, I would recommend looking into those guys. They're flexible, they're tough. And for a guy like me who's always out there digging in the trails and riding, they're nice. So
nice.
who else? Yeah, I think that's it.
That's great. That's
Spec 9. Spec 9 if anybody needs eyewood.
yeah. Those guys are cool. They're local.
Oh,
too.
they're the best. They're goggles and glasses. They're the best. So
I met those guys at Sky Park. Super nice kids. I'm like, damn.
oh, very nice people. Very nice people. They're awesome.
I got to do something with my life. This kid's getting a business off the ground. He's selling glasses. I'm waking up.
See, I know, right?
I'm
Only
watching
if I
TV
knew.
now. Get off my lawn. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah, exactly that guy. Be the lawn guy.
Right? Be the lawn guy. So we found ourselves a home at OC Bike Works, which is great. Milo's so tight into the community. There's a
Very
grassroots feel there that could be the new hangout spot now that our beloved mill is gone.
Oh,
but we have that spot just down the street.
Well, hey, the OC Bike Works is the new mill.
Yes. Yeah.
We're thinking about, getting some TVs and couches in there, getting it all dialed in, hanging out.
Dude, yes.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. We were even talking to Milo, and I don't know what you guys think listening in, but let us know. Doing a couple episodes out of OC Bike Works, like after their monthly group ride, taking a rider or two and just recording a podcast straight from the mill. Oh,
which
from
is this
OC
Saturday.
Bike Works mill.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool?
If you've never been to an OC Bike Works group ride on the Saturdays, I mean, it's my favorite time of the month. All the bros show up, everyone hanging out, the vibe is good, and everyone they hit the jumps, they go do Car Crash, they go do Lobo, they go do Bellagio, everyone hangs out. Doesn't matter what level you're riding at, doesn't matter if you just met these 50 people for the first time. It's like you're right into the fold. Everyone's stoked to see you. And once you go to one, you go to all of them, which is great. I try not to miss them, but with the line of work I do, it's not always possible to go, but anyway.
Yeah, no, I went to one where I met you at that first one I went to, and that was cool, hanging out at OC Bike Works afterwards, and Joey had met you, I think, on the trails the weekend before. He's like, man, I got this guy who I think would be a great guest for the show, and it was a little after the Malibu fires. So
that was
yeah. How did that impact you guys over there? Was that like 24/7 crazy?
During that time, you have so many people on the line. When I say line, I mean the fire line, so when you're looking for personnel to work and you're trying to fill seats and you're trying to get rigs and apparatus up there to provide service to those citizens, everyone's on duty. Everyone has to go and everyone has to be available, and it just is what it is. I think this fire season is going to be pretty rough because of the amount of rain that we had, which is good. But you know how in California it just all runs to the ocean.
Yeah.
But the growth that we're seeing right now is crazy. Like every trail builder at Dog Park, every trail builder in LA, all the people I'm talking to around California, their biggest thing right now is how much mustard and growth they have this early on. So when it dries out, that's going to transition or translate into wildfires.
Yeah.
Which we're supposed to get some more rain and weather next week, so that might be good.
Be nice if we can keep getting like a little
every other week. Some more trails. I got some more trails to finish, man. I need some more moisture.
Make it rain.
Yeah.
Make it rain. Make it rain.
I got to go do some more free manual labor, as my wife likes to call it.
Nice.
Also, too, when it comes to all the stuff that's happening early, like my social media recently has been blown up by rattlesnakes. Like snakes are out,
dude,
right?
I can't tell you how many danger noodles I've come across on the trails
Already.
It is madness, but not to scare anybody, because
just be aware.
I love seeing that stuff. I mean, the bobcats and the coyotes and the hawks and everything that's out there is kind of why I go out there.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, we have like plywood laid out on like the dirt jump lines just so we can lift them up and see if there's a snake under there, like kids, you know. Oh, do we see a snake
what
today?
do I got today?
Yeah, what do I got today? Is it a king snake, a gopher snake? But, you know, if you look at that, like my wife, they've had some snake bites. There's been a couple really bad cases in the recent news. One in LA, one in Orange County, unfortunately.
Yeah, a young kid out of Costa Mesa, I think.
But if you look at these huge snakes that I've seen, I mean, I've seen some ones out there that are as big as D-Lap's arms, you know?
Whoa.
But the reason they're so big is because they're good at hiding. If you don't mess with them, they're not going to mess with you.
Okay.
Right.
End of story. Leave them alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I don't know.
What do we do if, unfortunately, let's just say it's the worst dirt tax day ever? You crash, you go over the bars, you land in the bushes, bam, you get hit by a snake. You're a mile or so away from your car. What do you do?
Well, if it were me, I would stay where I am, make that call, drop a pin to 911, and have them come get you, because you don't want to get that blood flowing and get that poison circulating through your body. I mean, that's just me.
Yeah.
You could do a tourniquet to stop the poison flow. You could, you know, people say suck it out, and I've heard of guys that suck it out, but just drop a pin to the fire department that's going to come help you out, because they're going to get there. They're going to take you to the centers around us that have the anti-venom, which I believe is Hogue and Mission.
Okay.
I think they have the anti-venom in our area.
Yeah. Mission is just a few exits up the freeway.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. That's one thing I've never really thought about. Like, what if I get bit?
Yeah. But stay calm.
Again, I'm not trying to catch rattlesnakes.
Right. Yeah. Right. First of all, let's not mess with them. But if something happens, or an accident, you step off the trail and an accident happens.
But if you find yourself having that day where you do get bit, keep your heart rate low, watch your breathing, call 911, drop a pin to that helicopter company, because they're going to be coming hard for you. Let them know you got bit by a snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you need to take a picture of the snake or anything like that? Or go ahead, Joey. Sorry.
Well, that's one thing that I learned from this one, unfortunately, person that passed away, was that stay calm. Because my first instinct would have been get down the trail, get the help. But that's obviously wrong. Stay calm, call for help. I did hear that it's a good idea to keep a Sharpie on you and circle the bite and write the time that you were bitten.
Exactly.
You know, that
100%. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then the swelling will grow, and you can see where it's traveling. So if you circle it, put a time on it, then the first responders can see what they're dealing with, you know, and they're probably going to fly you out, especially if they're in Laguna or Santiago Oaks or Dog Park or somewhere in San Diego. Helicopter's the best bet for you.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Do you know, because this is always a question that Joe and I always ask ourselves, like, how do we know if we're going to get picked up by the free helicopter or the one that's going to bankrupt my bank account?
I'm sorry. I would rather live and be in debt.
Yeah, that's true. Hey. Living is good.
At that point, you got to just take your lumps. You know, you're gonna have to live. You're gonna get to live with the bill.
That's true.
And you're gonna get it.
That's true. That's true.
Hey,
great.
You're gonna have the honor of paying that bad boy off.
That's true. You're looking up. You're like, I think that's a for-profit copter. Just circle around. I'm waiting for the other one.
No, go away. I need the discount copper.
Yeah. Is there any way to decipher if you're gonna get a bill or not? Like I have no idea.
Oh, you're gonna get a bill for sure. Yeah, okay. You're gonna get a bill from the life flight. You're gonna get a bill from the transporting agency, and you're gonna get a bill from the ER. Dude, it's gonna be an expensive day for you. But guess what? You might live.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Here's a good one right here, because there are insurance companies that can cover you. Steve Dorsey says, get the Garmin insurance. It's reasonably priced, and they pick you up from anywhere in North America. Need to have a Garmin in reach. That must be.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, I never heard of that too. Thank you, Steve. That's a good one. Joey, there was also another insurance, right? For like X amount of dollars, like $14 a month. It covers a helicopter ride.
There's a local helicopter company, I believe it's out of Oceanside, that I think it's like $71 a year or something like that. That if they can't get to you, supposedly it still covers life flight and everything else. I don't know. I think it's Reach or.
Oh, that's pretty rad. That's a cool deal.
Yeah. I mean, look
Time
at
to
this.
buy a helicopter and run your own mountain biking transport agency.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay,
For
I'll
extreme
strap
sports.
a Sharpie on the bike. You sign us up for the insurance.
Yeah,
$40 a
I'm
month
gonna
right
carry a
here.
Sharp. Yeah.
Garmin
Yeah.
insurance, $40 a year. Like, what if you push the button just because you want to ride? Like, hey, it's almost the end of the year. I paid my $40. Let's go for a ride. They're not gonna.
Hey, I'm not feeling this exit, dude. I really don't want to climb. You know, we got to be sick. I'm feeling dizzy and weak. Yeah, we're on our way.
Right? That's amazing. $40 a year Garmin insurance. Okay.
Never
For
heard of
those folks, I mean, we are doing dangerous stuff. So that's not bad. $40 a year for that kind of.
$40 a year? That's mental.
That's
That's pretty
nothing,
nice.
That is
Yeah.
nice. Garmin
Search
SAR
and rescue annual plan.
up to $100,000 rescue. Whoa.
Well, there you go. There's your one ride in a helicopter.
Yeah,
Come on, Garmin.
got half your helicopter.
Yeah. Brian, we
Yeah.
got to get you sponsored by Garmin so we can all like tag along. And
Oh, I'll get 5K if Mark dies.
Oh, sweet. I got to tell my wife about that. An additional 5Gs, babe. Don't worry about it.
That's another
Yeah.
bike.
yeah. Right?
Sweet.
Here's where she goes into the OC Bike Works commercial. If he dies,
Yeah.
I get $5,000 going to OC Bike Works, so I get a new bike.
Sweet.
Get some
Looks like you are getting the Vala. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, looks like you're getting a green Vala. See? Yeah, man.
Yeah, the Vala sounds.
We might have to add a little bit to it because you're going to want to put Lewis on there.
So we got snakes, we got choppers.
Yeah, what else can we dive into today?
No, I mean
Yeah.
that's cool just to like be aware of it's snake season. We're out there. If something happens, sounds like the best thing to do is keep the heart rate low, drop a pin, kind of wait it
Yep.
out. I don't think a lot of people have Sharpies, but most people have phones, so they could take a picture of the site, and you know how you could draw on the picture.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
circle it there.
And
so
a
you have
lot of
timestamp.
a lot of agencies, I know we do, they'll ask you for landmarks. Like, hey, what do you see next to you? Like, what trails are you by? Because they'll access trail forks. They'll go through things, a lot of these rescue people. But they'll ask for landmarks, or they'll use like what 3 words to describe your location, where you at. But luckily for us at Dog Park or Oaks or Laguna, there's tons of landmarks. Except if you're riding a trail that's, not listed, it's going to be harder for them to find you. So dropping that pin probably is a huge deal.
Yeah, that's a good call. How does one drop a pin? I mean, I know I'm older, but how do you
Dude,
drop a pin like to an emergency service?
Someone just showed me how to do it like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, that's awesome. What do you?
Yeah, you just bring up the map area, and I don't know how. I can't recite it verbatim. If I were to look at the map, I could show you, but
it's like, so you call 911 and you're on the phone with them. Are you able to then just send them a text message with it, or do they give you a?
It depends on the agency or where you're at, but
okay.
I'm pretty sure you can. Or they'll ask for landmarks.
Yeah,
So.
that's cool. That's cool. That's a good idea. I would not be thinking straight. I would just be like Joey said, if we didn't have this conversation, I'd probably try to get back up to the car and then get to an ER.
Well, that's kind of what everybody does when they get hurt on a bike. They're like, okay, I'm going to get back to my car. I'm going to get home or do this.
Yeah.
But when you're dealing with poisons or anything like that, I think you want to keep that heart rate low. And
yeah, that's,
I'm
glad we talked about it.
And if you're riding with somebody, that's even better because now they can go for help or, bird dog people in, so to speak, and get you a quicker rescue if possible.
Yeah, that's cool.
Great. Just don't try to catch rattlesnakes and you're good.
Yeah. But want to play with them. Stay on the trail, rubber side down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the best bet.
So I know we're rounding out on an hour here, and I know we're kind of on borrowed time because I'm afraid you're going to get a call any minute. Real quick, when it came to mountain biking for you, people see you out there. Obviously, you have fans. I see this one guy out here says, "I'm a huge fan." Who was it? Somebody was like, "I'm a huge
I
fan
think that was Zach.
of Brian Bailey." Zach, yeah. What is your origin story? How did you start riding mountain bikes? And you freaking rip, bro. I love it.
So it's funny. My cousin Micah, back in 2002, I'd been on the fire department for a couple of years. He's like, dude, because we did BMX our whole life. He's like, hey, dude, you got to try this mountain biking. It's sick. And I'm like, okay. So he gave me this old GTX or GTXTS, the one that was half carbon, half alloy, and it had a weird suspension setup. So I started riding that. And then, of course, we went to full downhill shortly after, the big forks and the jumps and all that stuff. And I mean, that was a big part of our lives. That's all we did. And then in 2013, I promoted to captain, and I said, you know what, I'm going to take a little break in mountain biking. I don't want to get hurt. I want to, get settled in this promotion. And that little break turned into like a 10-year hiatus.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then I started riding 4 years ago again.
Whoa. Like when the pandemic, a little around pandemic time.
A little after the pandemic.
Okay.
6 years ago.
Wow.
So I got actually, I don't want to say this out loud, but I got a road bike to help my buddy train for an Ironman.
Oh, damn.
So he was training for an Ironman. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to get a road bike and I'm going to ride it with you. And then I started riding this bike and I'm like, dude, I got to get a mountain bike. This is not ideal.
Too many cars.
So I bought a mountain bike. I bought a mountain bike 4 years ago. And then I was like, oh, dude, this is what I've been missing. Getting back into it. and then I saw pictures of dog park and I'm like, I got to go find this place.
Yeah,
and that was all she wrote.
I love that. And how long until, 4 years, not that long. How long until you got involved with YT back then?
Let me see. Gosh, 2 years ago, like a year and a half before they went out.
Dang.
Yeah, because I was posting stuff for Mondraker.
Yeah.
And then met Jeff and Jimmy and all those guys because the place was right there. And I started digging and ran into Jeff one day on the trails. And he's like, dude, we have all the tools you need at the warehouse. And I'm like, what warehouse? He's like, YT. I'm like, oh.
Nice.
So then, it just kind of one thing led to another, and I was riding a YT, and I love that bike, by the way. That thing was pretty rad.
Yeah.
It was the SN.
Yeah, that red one. I remember the day you got it. I remember seeing your post. I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
it was sick.
yeah.
I love that bike.
You laid that thing flat in the air, too. That thing was, whoo, baby.
Unfortunately, now it's wall art because I broke it. So
I heard. You sent that to flat, right? Off of something big is what I was told.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Exactly.
Indulge us.
Well, the last run on Beer Run, the one that Eric and I and a whole bunch of other people have recently redesigned. So now it's like a trick jump, right? So it was that really long one that you had to get a lot of speed to clear. Well, I was just knuckling it. And I'm like, dude, I got to just land in this smooth transition. Well, then I really put some pedal power behind it. And I ended up way past the landing in my, turned down state, and just the whole frame just buckled.
Oh, damn.
And that was actually the day before YT went out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Talk about, would that be considered, is that foreshadowing? Is that foreshadowing?
Kind of. Yeah, it was that. Yeah. And then I heard all the rumble from the whole online community going, what the heck? And
yeah.
No.
But
I know.
Sad. It was sad. I was depressed for a few weeks.
Yes. I remember we were talking about that, like all of our gear, all of our clothes, all of our, like, what do we do with it? I still wear mine. I still wear mine. But,
it's still on your little thing here.
Still have the logo right there.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. How do I I gotta change that to the OC Bike Works.
Dude, you gotta change that to OC Bike Works, homie.
Yeah. Whoops. episode 197. Just a reminder to myself.
There.
Right, right.
That's there.
I need to. Oh, here goes the chat. Oh, good. Okay, it's bike stuff. I love my Yeti SB150, my Santa Cruz Highball, and my Ibis Ripmo V3. Yeah, those are some good bikes.
Oh yeah.
Good bike.
That's
There we
like a
go.
river.
Look at that. Look at that bad boy right there.
Whoa!
So this is, I can spot Brian on any photo. You could put a black dot over his head, and I know it's him because he has the best style on jumps like that. Look at him lay that thing.
Seriously.
He
Look
gets
at
that
that.
elbow
It's-
down,
it's-
the bars sideways. So
Talk
sick.
about the A
Hey,
line right there.
One of our friends out there calls it the old man lean. Okay.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Dude, that is
Yeah.
Oh,
flat.
that's why I can't do it because I'm not an old man. Okay, I
Yeah.
feel better now.
See?
That is sweet. That's a sweet image.
Yeah.
That's a sweet
Yeah.
image.
Well, that's a Cliff image. You know, Cliff's out there
Yes.
shooting. He'll be out there Saturday.
Cliff Angels taking free shots of everybody.
Yeah,
Dude, he does some
yeah.
great work.
He does. That guy, he's a pretty talented dude, man. He's awesome.
I
And he's
pay
got
him,
his crew out there too.
I pay him a lot of money to hide all of my crashes. He's got me like my face is almost in my
Oh,
butt
dude.
on one. I was in a
Hey,
scorpion
one
on
day he
another.
sent me a picture. One day he sent me a picture where my pants were down because I don't have a butt. It just kind of falls off. And I had my moon out. He's like, dude, nice moon shot. I'm like, hey, this isn't that. Can we just get rid of that one?
Everything's free. Those ones cost money.
Yeah. Yeah. Free except for that one if you want me to hide it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Joey, if you can, on exit, on the end of the podcast, we should show people the one of Brian where he's like firefighter, sweaty, his eyes are popping.
Oh,
What's that one? That
come
one's a good one. That one's the OnlyFans one. It's on his Instagram.
Whoa.
You'll see
I
it.
mean, are you
Hey,
doing
I
this?
There it is. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Bailey at work. Did you even know you were being
Oh, come
photographed? Or
on.
are you just checking on people there? What's that?
I
Look at
think
that
that's
look.
the March
that
calendar.
That's
was at a fire we had, and some guy took a shot. And then it's funny, Tony G at Pro Bike Supply sent me a text because Tony G, I don't know if you guys know him. He's awesome. He sent me a picture. He goes, "Hey, dude, is this you?" And I'm like, "Dude, where did you get that picture?" He's like, "It was online this morning." And I'm like, "Okay, I worked at Tens last night. And we had a fire, and I was just kind of, you kind of walk around afterwards and make sure everybody's all right and kind of see what's next on the scene there." And my wife called it a thirst trap or some
Thirst
shit.
trap.
I don't know what you people. I don't know what you people call this stuff, man.
It's the best. Look at it.
Just some
Look at the
old sweaty
chat.
dude.
Which calendar page is that on?
I like the
No.
comment though that said when the jumps are freshly watered.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh,
Mountain Bike Q&A
I mean-
says OnlyFans firefighter.
Nope.
Questioning
No.
things.
no. Hey, but I have. I have
Mr.
seen-
July.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Those are the best.
Hey, but I guess OnlyFans is getting into the mountain biking arena from what I've seen lately. It looks, not that I would ever think of anything like that, but it looks like they got some riders going.
Hey,
I think they're
Hey,
trying to do anything they can. To
hey,
get
where'd
people
Cliff
over
go?
there.
Where'd Cliff go? He's selling shots now.
Oh no! No, he's gonna do that. He's gonna use that butt crack one. Watch.
Right? That's September. September. Looking
Yeah.
back, like, did
Yeah.
I chase that joke?
That's for that booter to the moon.
Yeah, I don't know,
Booter to
man.
the moon.
Yeah, the moon shot for sure.
I'll sell my feet on that page, he says. oh my gosh.
That's rough.
That's fun stuff.
They
We got a rough chat. We got a rough chat. Brian
Yeah.
Gong is OnlyFans. That's true. That's true. He does have an
Oh.
OnlyFans page. Oh my
Cool.
gosh. Oh, Brian, you've been such a great guest, dude. Thank you for everything that you do for us, like off the bike and on the bike. You're amazing, bro. They call you the
Oh, my
captain.
pleasure.
I'm proud to be a fellow OC Bike Works rider with you. I think this is going to be such a fun new chapter coming up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Great info on the Vala. Great
Yeah.
info on the Lewis brakes.
If anybody has any questions about Lewis brakes or forced cranks or any of the clothing brands I mentioned, I know there's Ride Dirty out there is coming out with a new drop. I don't know if you guys follow Ride Dirty.
Yeah, Eric, love that guy.
Yeah, he's got some cool stuff coming out. If you follow Hill Weights,
yes,
Jimmy's always got some rad stuff that comes out. He does these limited drops that you got to hop on.
Dude.
Yes.
If you're looking for like bike care and stuff, you got to check out SSB's line. I know John over there, he does great stuff with the SSB family and all the great things that he does. If you look at the mountain bike community, it's just huge. Everybody's out there to help everybody. I love it. It's really cool.
Yeah, the community, we're so lucky to have a great community. So,
oh, we really are.
So lucky.
There's no comparison how quickly you could find your crew, which is basically everybody.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice.
Yeah. I mean, from Kim's perspective, coming from Michigan into SoCal, you find that the community is pretty strong out here?
The community is amazing out here. Everyone is so kind, so friendly, immediately your best friend. Like, prime example, last weekend, Black Mountain, those gaps, just met Harry, had no idea who this guy is. He's like, you got that. You totally got that. Come on. And I'm like, okay. Will you told me in? He's like, absolutely, let's go. And then he's giving me this amazing pep talk and all these like tips, and it's just awesome. Just like the kindness of strangers in the mountain bike community is just something that you don't experience outside of the mountain bike community. It's just it's
is it the same? Is the mountain bike community the same where you came from?
No.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
We had a lot more XC riders, you know, don't mess up my Strava time kind of thing. It wasn't really a mountain biking community. We definitely had those pockets of people that were mountain bikers. But the majority of the riders where I was at were more XC, you know, and they're just rolling over our jumps. And
Spandex, full color kits.
Yeah, exactly. Leopard out. Yeah.
Not jeans and t-shirts.
No one's riding in vans out there.
Yeah, jeans, t-shirts, and vans.
my peoples, jeans, t-shirts, and vans. My peoples.
Definitely.
And some people wear New Balance out there.
She did have some riders out there though that have like that mountain bike feel that I met. Of course, like you're friends with them and stuff, but like, you know, like shout out to Jeff, Mads, Rachel, a lot of them had that culture. But yeah, there was a lot, and maybe it's just because of the terrain there. They're like loopy XC-ish trails, but there is a place out there, Brian, you love. Joe, you'd love it too. It's called Stony Creek, right? Mm-hmm. Stony Creek.
Oh, really?
11-mile loop, but they built like rock gardens, jibs, like
sick
hit stuff. They just finally put in some progressive drops. They've got a jump line that they were kind of building, trying to make a little better, a little more progressive, because there is that community. There is the ones that really want to mountain bike, and it's just hard, you know, kind of lack elevation, but they were putting in what they could. And
is that where you guys rode that indoor mountain bike park?
Oh, that's Ray's in Cleveland, in Ohio.
Oh, that place was sick,
bro. That place was that place was insane.
That was my winter riding.
Yeah.
Do they have a foam pit?
Foam pit. Oh yeah, foam pit.
Still can only do a bar turn, even in a foam pit.
Stylish.
That's all I got.
Very stylish.
See?
Yeah. And one of the best riders that I know is out that way in Michigan. His name is Pat Ellis. He is like trials meets mountain bike meets XC. Like the guy can do a giant XC ride, but then he could just rip up the bike park at the same time. You're like, how, man, that's a different animal.
Incredibly talented.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much talent is out there. Like you think like you ride with your crew and you're like our crew at Dog Park, everyone's good. Like everyone rips. So you think. And then you go ride with another crew out here or over here and you're like, dude, there's so much talent out there, which is awesome.
It's amazing.
Which is great.
I know.
And they're all the same people too.
Yeah.
Everyone just wants to hang out and do what they do, and it's nice.
Yeah. I feel like whenever I see Hill Awaits guys come through, they're just like, whoa, that's a whole new level of rider.
Whole new level.
And then what's
those guys?
What's the bike shop down south in that Chula Vista area? I'm blanking on it now. Dang it. They have the garage swap meets.
Is it
sometimes
Chainline?
with bike?
Chainline.
Chainline. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's another animal of riders too. Like, oh, this guy's chainline, like double backflip. What?
I can't get my body to move that way.
Yeah. No, dude, you are killing it. You're killing it for sure. Helping put OC Bike Works on the map. That's for sure.
Oh, those guys. Yeah, those guys are they're on the map.
Yeah.
They're a huge part of that community, which
out of OC Bike Works, the Figueroa twins, the Shimano 7, those kids are crazy too.
Oh, dude, those guys, the way they ride is just unbelievable.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, you watch those kids ride, and it's like next level.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm excited for the future. So stay tuned. More stuff coming out of OC Bike Works and the captain here. And then lastly, obviously to us, it makes sense. But in the mountain bike community, how'd you get the name the captain?
I think Milo gave me that one. Well, because I think of what I do off the bike. Milo started calling me the captain, and now people call me the captain, which is pretty funny.
I love
it.
You're
like, and you're out there and you're like, "Hey, Cap," and it's like, where? What? You think you're at work? I'm not at work. I'm just out here doing my thing.
I love it, man. I love it. You're in the right OC Bike Works when you see Cap's firefighter helmet in there.
Oh yeah. That was a gift from Milo because of all the great things he does, not just for me but for everybody. I mean, the guy's super selfless, and kids are struggling with bikes or all these things. He's like, dude, I got something for you. Let's make it work. He tries to make it work for everybody. I mean, look how much he takes care of us. It's crazy.
Yeah, so crazy.
And look at Scott Hobbs right there. That's another savage.
There's another shredder out there.
Yeah.
Yes. Hobbs will do it. Hobbs will do it.
Yeah, he's a full guinea pig. Hey, he dragged me to Oku last week, dude, where I did a backflop. No, dude. Hobbs is great. He's he went out to Utah with us a few weeks back, and just it's so much fun. Following these guys out there is great. I get to ride with a whole bunch of young guys who just rip.
Man,
living
the life.
It's fun to do.
Living the life, man. Living the life. Well, I know we got to let you get back to saving lives, so we'll just say thank you so much for jumping on the podcast. Anything you want to say, Kim, in closing, or Joey?
I'm looking forward to Saturday.
Group ride.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. I actually was gonna go. We were supposed to leave for Utah on Saturday, but we're gonna leave Sunday morning, so I'll be out there.
Heck yeah, tow us in.
Cruising.
Tow us in.
Hey, Scotty Hobbs will tow you in.
Tow me into intervention. I said intervention. I didn't say beer run, right? Did I say beer run?
Oh yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, intervention. That new beer run line. Beer run line is sick, though. You can do it. You got it all day.
I love it. It's going to be fun. For those of you who are listening or catching this podcast before this Saturday, the 28th, I believe, we'll be out there, Dog Park, OC Bike Works ride. In fact, there's some Santa Cruz bikes will be on sale for the spring clean. Yes, Mother Earth Brew Company is going to be providing some post beverages, so make sure to come back to the bike shop after the ride. Meet Brian, the captain, Sheen Queen. Joey's going to be at the river playing with the jet ski, I think.
Sweet.
Jet ski weekend, yeah.
Old school stand-up jet ski or what?
Yeah, stand-ups. Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's rad.
In fact, he'll be riding the new Tasco gloves. I think they make some waterproof Tasco
gloves.
Yeah, they work great.
Yeah.
They work great on the skis.
He'll be doing backflips on other things. This guy.
That'd be rad.
Brian,
can you backflip that thing?
Not mine, no. But that's a goal of mine.
Sweet.
He's modest.
Yeah. He's probably doing double backs for sure.
Exactly. He's doing Supermans, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Brian, in closing, let the people know where they could follow you so that they can keep on with your story.
Yeah, you can follow me at Instagram at BDBailey75. And if you have any questions about anything we talked about today, hit me up. you got any questions about the Lewis, the forks, the SSB, any of the clothing we talked about today, hit me up. I use it all. I enjoy it all. I put it through its paces, so it works pretty good, especially the brakes. And if you're on the fence about a Santa Cruz Vala, get it.
Love that. Don't need much of an excuse to get an N+1, baby.
Yay. Hey, I got to do that new update. I'm like, I didn't even know there was a new update.
Yeah. Do you have the Bosch CX? It's the CX motor?
Yeah. I just write it out. I just write it and clean it. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. They're going to bump you to 100 newton meters with that update, as well as your peak watt will go to 750 power output.
Does it go to 28 miles an hour yet, like the other bike?
Like the Enflow?
That's a different.
That's probably coming soon. That's probably coming soon. We've been talking to the good guys over there at Bosch. So after Sea Otter, we're going to get them on the show and kind of find out what's new. They've got some stuff coming out.
Yeah. When is Sea Otter, by the way?
April 14th. Is that right?
Oh, sweet.
Something like that. Yeah. New stuff's
coming. That might be a fun trip.
Yeah. Sea Otter's always great because you get a chance to see what's new right after Sea Otter, which is awesome.
And there's some good riding around there.
Yeah. Electrical Service says, no, 28. Sorry, Brian, just 20. Wonder what he means by that. No, 28. Oh, just 20.
No.
Oh. I was like,
no, I don't need to go. I don't need to go 28. I'm just kidding.
It's nice though. Better to need it and not have it than want it and
Better
not
have it and not need it
than to need it and
see. There you go.
That's my motto in life.
There we go.
The Bosch motor is pretty thick. That thing is something else. It's next level. So I dig it.
Yeah, Joey, what are your
thoughts? Even if it doesn't go 28 miles an hour, not that I want to go 28.
Science.
Right?
I was gonna check. The Sea Otter's the 16th through the 19th.
There you go.
I don't know if that's what you said, but yeah.
What date?
Confirmed. 16th through the 19th of April.
Okay. After that, we're gonna hear a bunch of new stuff coming out, which is gonna be awesome. Joey, where are you? Because I know Joey and I were going back and forth on the phone. Vala Bullet, Vala Bullet, Vala Bullet, and I'm looking at that Common Sol SX Meta SX with the Avanox motor in it that's coming out soon. But Joey's like Santa Cruz, baby. Vala or Bullet. He was gonna say Bullet, but now I wonder.
Hey, if I were you, I would look at that new Veldura bike out of New Zealand with that Avanox motor.
Ooh.
Okay. Another one.
I mean, I would go Santa Cruz, but my second would be that Veldura.
Ooh.
That thing is
that
insane.
Who Brett Tippy's with?
No, Tippy's with Avington.
Avington, yeah.
That's right.
I think who else? I think the OC Bikeworks rider who rides the Zinc, Johnny got an Avington too.
Okay.
He did.
I'll look into
that
it.
kid rips. That kid's sick.
And Big Priv. I think Big Priv's on one now.
He is. Big Priv is Avington.
Hell yeah.
Man, maybe they're calling us all over. Hey, here's my cell number. It's 858. Oh no, Veldura was not available in US. Electric Trail Surfer. He knows.
Those things are
in Canada.
Dang it. Well, man, Captain, it's good to have you. Thank you so much for being on the episode. Let you go save lives. We're releasing you back into the wild to save the human race.
Yeah.
We'll see you on Saturday, though, my brother.
All right. See you guys. Have a great evening. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you all so much in the chat for being here. We always appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on the next episode or on the trail. See ya. Bye for now. Bye.